Hi guys, yes, I'm still here. So, in case you don't know me, my name's Louis. I'm 56. I'm 57 on July the 10th. I was born 1967. And the reason I have a carnivore diet channel, which is also a bit of keto, is because I cannot believe how much success I've had with a diet that at first I thought was weird, that I didn't know if it was going to work. I found the whole thing unbelievable. And when I was watching the videos of different doctors promoting the carnivore diet, like Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Anthony Shaffe, I was like, it sounds too good to be true. Is this a scam? Is it being done to make money? And I did think it was weird to just eat meat all the time, fat, especially eating fat, which I always thought was yucky. I would always cut the fat off my meat. I would pull the fat away from my bacon. I would buy products that have low fat written on them, diet written on them. So it's nearly 12 months on. So I'm going to give you a year in the life of my carnivore diet, what my daily routine is. I'm sat here with a butter coffee, which I think helps with my hunger. Generally, my hunger is pretty much in control. Every now and then I'll have a day where I'm not really sure why, where I just feel more hungry than normal. And I'll have my butter coffees. I use a blender whisker thing, electric one. Takes a minute to make. And I tend to have decaf. I'll have a normal coffee in the morning, and then around this time, so the time now is around 12:30 p.m. UK time, I will have another coffee. I only have 2 coffees a day, but this will be decaf. Never have sugar. Sometimes, rarely, I'll have a tiny splash of milk, sometimes, but a very small amount. I'm not 100% carnivore. I would say I'm 95% carnivore. And sometimes I have peanuts, strawberries, yeah. If my wife makes a roast dinner, I'll have some peas or something. I don't touch potatoes. Potatoes disagree with me a lot. And then maybe a bit of fruit, like some grapes or bit of apple. Hardly anything. Almost never. I never touched chocolate or sweets or ice cream or saying that, that's not completely true. We had a day out in Bristol Zoo, and I said to my wife, come on, we're having a day out. We've traveled 100 miles. I'll have an ice cream. And I tell you what, the next day I was on the toilet all day, so I won't be doing that again. My wife's still here, by the way. I'm just on live at the moment. Do what? Yeah, my live's going to be about half an hour, so. Anyway, so I wake up, do some press-ups in the morning. This morning I did 3 sets of press-ups. I had a tea with no sugar. Then I wait about an hour. Then I'll have a coffee with butter, no sugar, of course. Then I know that I won't touch anything until 1:30. So we're coming up to that time soon. And I will have eggs and bacon with as much fat as possible, because the fat in animal fats is very good for you. Do not worry about the cholesterol in meat or eggs. Do not worry about it. It's very good for you. It will do you no harm. Yeah. The myth that we are told to stay away from fatty meat and eggs is rubbish. It is very good for you. Very good for you. My health has been completely transformed because I stopped eating the sugars, the carbs, the potatoes, the rice, the pastas, the cereals, anything with grain. I stopped margarine, vegetable oils. I stopped snacking. I only eat twice a day. I highly recommend a 16 to 18 hour fast, which is very good for you. You'll be surprised that once you are used to eating fatty meat and eggs, just drinking water, having salt, a little bit of butter is okay, a bit of cheese is okay, you know, omelets, prawns, fish, all great. Yeah, it's all really good. I do have a little bit of Greek yogurt as well, and I've had no problems with it. And what I found was my weight dropped very quickly. You know, don't forget, I'm going to do a bit of flex. I am 57 in a few weeks. 57, guys, look at me. Do I look 57? Yeah, I do dye my hair, but come on. 57, there's no way I look 57. And my energy levels feel amazing. Amazing. I wake up full of beans, super alert, dying for the day to unfold. My age doesn't even cross my mind. I don't even think about my age. I don't think, oh my God, I'm in my mid to late 50s. I haven't got long. I wake up and I think, I'm in my mid to late 50s. I'm going to live till I'm 100. Yeah? I've been awake since 5:30 a.m. Look at me. Do I look tired? Do I look like, oh, look at him. Age is hitting. I'll tell you what I did today. I did my weightlifting. I do around 35 minutes. Then I had to zoom to town because I had to meet someone in my split screen camper van, because that's my hobby, restoring Volkswagen vehicles. I also run an Elvis channel called Elvis Daily Planet. Look it up. You might like it if you like Elvis. Elvis Daily Planet. But anyway, I have been very active today, very active, and I'm still full of beans, and it's like gone 1 o'clock. So I'll have my eggs and bacon. Remember, the fat in the meat is very good for you. Fatty meat has all the vitamins and nutrients and minerals and fatty acids you could ever hope for. You can completely live off the fatty meats and the eggs, the salt. You can live on it. You need nothing else. You must get your fat in there. It's important you include the animal fats. Anyway, remember where I came to this diet nearly a year ago. I was fat, bloated, my belly was like a balloon. You've heard it all before, guys, but I'm going to keep repeating it because I want people to understand that I'm not a liar. I am completely honest in this diet will transform your health, your weight, and your life and your happiness. So, I've already said this. I had a phone call from my twin brother. He was worried I was going to have a heart attack. I'd put on too much weight. My face had gone all puffy and fat, and I just looked very unwell. I was down on life. I felt a bit sad, and I had hit a brick wall, and I decided I'm going to change things. So remember, I had pre-diabetes, and also I had very, very bad ulcerative colitis to the point where I needed a nappy because I was going to poo myself. That's how bad things were. I would lie next to my beautiful wife leaking because of my ulcerative colitis I'd had for over 10 years. And the only thing that would help was some steroids from the doctor. And that would only help for a few weeks. Then I would get worse. I would actually get worse. Let me just put some hot water in my coffee. It lasts a bit longer. So you get what I'm saying, guys? I've become this man that was heading to my 60s that was going to probably have a heart attack. Oh, yeah. And when I woke up in the morning, I had to slowly walk down the stairs, one step at a time, because I was aching so much. I was so stiff and aching. I had to hold on to the outside and go down one step at a time in pain. I now run down the stairs. I wake up, run down the stairs with vigor. Yeah. Now, So I've started doing the diet. I've started doing all my research. I'm looking up all the doctors on YouTube. I'm looking at all the success stories on YouTube. And I'm like, it's too good to be true, but I'm going to do it. Anyway, within 3 days, I was like, wow, I feel different. I feel born again. I feel alive. I feel alert. My brain fog had completely cleared up. I felt like I was 17 years old. I don't even know why. I don't understand why you lose your brain fog, but I'm guessing it's caused by inflammation, and that is why my brain has become crystal clear, and I felt like I could do anything. I had so much energy. I was running around the house fixing everything. So then I noticed, instead of going to the toilet 6 to 8 times a day, I was like, wow, I'm only going to the toilet now once a day. After a week, I'm only going to the toilet every other day. So bearing in mind, I'd had this ulcerative colitis for over 10 years, and I had a bad case of it. And remember, what really causes ulcerative colitis? It's inflammation. What causes inflammation? And this is why the carnivore diet works so well, the keto diet, because almost all the foods that we are recommended to eat cause inflammation. Cereals, oats, most carbs, breads, rice, potatoes, vegetables. Vegetables have oxalates in them. So some vegetables can cause a reaction, cause inflammation. Even fiber. People promote fiber as being really good for you. Well, I think fiber is sandpaper in your stomach, and you're rubbing sandpaper inside your stomach. Imagine what that does to your insides. It makes everything inflame. So what I'm trying to say to you is that all the stuff that we're told to eat that we think is good for us, like waking up in the morning and having a cereal, is bad for you. Cereals turn to sugar in your gut. People think they're doing the right thing. Oh, yes, nom, 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 nom. Let's chuck a load of cereal down your gut at 7 in the morning. Your body doesn't even want to eat that early. So, and then, oh, let's put some sugar on it. Let's put some bananas and fruit all mixed in with the cereal. All of it causing inflammation. What does your body really want? It wants to absorb meat, fatty meat, chicken, pork, lamb. What else do we have? Fish, prawns. There are so many different variations of meat that you can use and cook it differently. So you get, so that it's not, so you can make it more interesting. Yeah. Eggs. I love my omelets. And there's so many different things you can make with eggs, guys. Eggs are so good for you. The yolk in eggs is absolutely a magical gift from nature that will keep you very healthy. So what is happening when we're eating the food ancestrally, hundreds of thousands of years ago, even millions of years ago, your body was designed to absorb and eat? What is happening? I'll tell you what's happening. Your body is keeping you in default mode, which is everything ready for life, and in optimum mode, so that your immune system is at its best. All your cells are regenerating and renewing the way they were supposed to, the way you were designed. Because we were not designed to die in our 60s, guys. We were not designed that from about 40 onwards to be ill, to have low energy, to be depressed, to have high anxiety. That's not how we were designed, guys. Now, this is the other thing I've realized through the carnivore diet and the keto diet, is that people blame things for getting unwell. So they'll blame their age, they'll blame their parents, DNA, they'll say they've caught it from something, or maybe they've overworked. No, that isn't why you get ill, guys. You get ill because you put the wrong food in this mouth. Look, you put the wrong food in this mouth and you are going to get ill. And okay, it might take 10, 20, 30 years of doing it, but you will get ill. You'll get the diabetes, the pre-diabetes, the type 2 diabetes, the inflammation in your joints, arthritis. You'll get the IBS, IBD, Crohn's, colitis, and many, many other things. You'll have a foggy brain, and you'll be aching all over, and you won't sleep properly, and you'll feel depressed. all because you're putting the wrong stuff in your mouth, and your body is yearning for you to give it what it wants. It's yearning. Did you know that when you eat carnivore diet, you don't fart? You don't fart, guys. Why? We're not supposed to be farting every 5 minutes because we're stuffing our faces full of bad sugary foods, bad foods that are causing inflammation. Did you know that if you eat the correct food, so basically meat and eggs, yeah, your poo doesn't smell. I know it's funny, isn't it? Your poo does not smell when you eat the right foods. We're not supposed to have stinky, massive poos, farting all day, farting all night, which is embarrassing, yeah? You try it. You switch your diet to fatty meats and you stop all the crap food, right? And you watch. You're not farting at night anymore. Your poo doesn't smell anymore. You got your energy back. Try it, guys. Even try it for 1 week. You'll have a shock because it's the truth. All these medications you're getting from your doctors for all these silly little illnesses you're having that are caused by you eating the wrong foods, inflammation, which is the culprit for most illnesses. Yeah. Don't forget, strokes and heart attacks caused by you eating the wrong foods. When your veins, your arteries are getting blocked up, you're trying to blame cholesterol. Cholesterol isn't the person that is causing your problems. Cholesterol isn't the bad guy. The stuff you're sticking in this mouth that is bad for you is causing it. Having way too many insulin spikes. Constantly eating. Every time you eat, insulin spike, insulin spike, insulin spike. You're eating 10, 12 times a day. You're eating in the morning, in between lunch and dinner, in between dinner and tea time. Then you're eating after tea time. Then you're eating again when you go to bed. And do you know what? Some of you are even waking up in the middle of the night eating. This is so bad for you. Constant spikes, insulin spike, doing serious damage, blocking up your arteries. Your body doesn't like it. Your body's very unhappy. It doesn't know what to do with this overload of toxins and inflammation and bad foods. So you get fat, you get unwell. Your body's trying to tell you to stop, but you can't. Sugar is addictive. So because you're overeating sugary products that turn into sugar after you've eaten them, your body's constantly craving the sugar because it's constantly hungry because it's addicted to sugar. Sugar is very, very addictive, guys. Super addictive. More addictive than anything else that you could even think of. Now, with the carnivore diet, if you're full of fatty meat and eggs, yeah, you won't feel hungry for hours and hours. Your body clock that tells you when to eat works again. Because at the moment, if you're overloading on sugary, carby foods that are bad for you, your body clock doesn't work properly. It just feels constantly hungry. You can fill yourself up and then half an hour later, you want to eat again. That isn't normal. The correct way is that you fill yourself up with the correct food, fatty meat, eggs, salt, yeah, water, and then your body's like, I'm happy. I'll let you know when I'm hungry. And you won't feel hungry for another 4 or 5 hours. That's how it is, guys. Even now, I haven't eaten. Look at what's the time. I haven't got my watch. I haven't eaten since yesterday at 6 p.m. Yesterday. The time now is gone, I think, more or less 1 p.m. So I haven't eaten. You work it out. I'm terrible at maths. Is that 6 plus another 12? That's 17 hours. I haven't eaten for 17 hours and I'm not hungry. I got me coffee. Now let's try and understand what's being, I call it sugar adapted and being fat adapted. So the way most of the population of the world are, because we're constantly eating, we're eating a balanced, moderate diet, a bit of everything. You know, it could be salad, it could be vegetables, it could be pastas, it could be bread, it could be pizzas, it could be curries, it could be, you name it, everything, a bit of everything. That's what we're told to eat, a bit of everything, yeah? But the problem you've got is that when you'll be eating a bit of everything, you're doing some serious harm to yourself, guys. It's not good. So you eat a bit of everything, but you're constantly hungry. So your body is used to living off the sugars that are coming into it. It's like, oh, more sugar, more bread, more pasta, more rice, more potato, yeah? So your body's like, yes, that's how I survive. I wait for my next hit of energy. Let's just read this comment. Stomach has a high resource demand. Why would make your engine run inefficiently by consuming food you can't digest and then spend the additional resource repairing the damage that is being done? Thank you. Correct. What's your name? AMC. Just nice to meet you. My name's Louis. I'm in Southwest UK. I'm in a town called Weston-super-Mare. I wonder where you are. You're right. You're putting all this food in you, causing damage because you like the taste of it, because you're addicted to it, because you're craving it, and then you're having to try and repair it because you're so unwell. It's crazy. Now, you put the right foods in you, so your body is running properly, getting the right foods that we have been eating for millions of years. Suddenly everything works great. Your body starts to go back to default mode. It takes a bit of a while. You have to adjust. The first 3, 4, 5 weeks, your pooing's going to be funny. You might get headaches. But bit by bit, you wean yourself off the sugar addiction and the addiction to all the other crap, and your body will start to become fat adapted. So it's living off the fat in your body. Remember, fat gives you energy just like sugar. A lot of you don't even know that. Did you know that fat is the same as sugar when it comes to giving you energy? But the energy you get from the fat will keep you full of energy all day. The energy you get from sugar is a short fix. Morecambe in the northwest. Hi there. Morecambe's beautiful. Nice to meet you. So this is what I'm trying to say to you guys. Do your research on YouTube so you can understand the diet, because I didn't believe the diet at first. But once I started to understand all the facts and I listened to the proper doctors explaining it, and then I listened to some very good success stories that people that have transformed their life and made themselves healthy and lose weight and took themselves off medication, had reversed all their illnesses. Once I'd seen hundreds, because I didn't believe it. It took a long time for me to convince that this carnivore or keto diet actually was genuine. And even with the fasting, I was like, why do people starve themselves? That's just crazy. You do it, mate. You try fasting and how good you feel. You have more energy when you fast. How does that make sense? Less food, more energy. But that is how it is. So I'm going along with the diet. I'll get the odd day now and then where I slip up. Not very often. I always regret it. Usually with fruit. I do like my fruit. I'll have a bit of fruit. The next day, I don't like. My tummy don't feel quite right. So it always makes me go back to the fatty meat and eggs. Tonight, I will have pork bellies, lamb ribs, and a small steak. And and an egg. Yeah. In a minute, I'm going to have eggs and bacon. And that keeps me going. And my family are always saying to me, how can you just eat the same thing over and over again? How can you just keep eating different meats and eggs and stuff? I'll tell you how. Because my body loves it. I crave it. I can have a massive plate of meat, eggs, steak, you name it, and be full up, won't want to eat another thing, and then 6, 7 hours later, sometimes 10 hours, depends, I want it all again. You become addicted. I would say that a carnivore is addicted to his fatty meat and eggs. I would say that. But it's a good addiction because you're addicted to what your body wants that's going to make you healthy. And I personally think that if you look at me now and you look at my pictures of me when I first started doing this diet, I was fat and bloated and fat belly here. I even walked with a bit of I would hunch over when I walked. Yeah. I look at those pictures and I look at me now. I think I look much younger, and I don't think you can even tell that I was once fat. I do a bit of exercising. If you look, you can see that I exercise. It's obvious. 35 minutes, 3 times a week. That ain't a lot of exercise. I run 3 times a week for 1.5 miles. Yes, I do some press ups. Right, that's it. That isn't excessive exercising, and my face has gone thinner. my skin has gone smoother. My skin on my body feels smoother. I now go to the toilet like a normal person. Steak, burger, bacon, eggs for tea. Before and after pics are the perfect reminder when you find yourself slipping. Very true. And I love my burgers. You buy for a couple of quid, you get a big chunk of mincemeat, and you make yourself 4 or 5 burgers, and they taste lovely with a few eggs, don't they? So I'm lucky. I've been very good on this diet. I've had only a few slips, almost never. So I know that getting through the craving can be difficult. Like I found swigging water can help. Definitely, I keep saying it. The butter coffees has helped. Or you can. So I stick to my 2 times a day eating, but then if I feel I'm slipping, I'll go right. Have some bacon. Yeah, have some eggs and bacon. Cook yourself a steak, and that will get me through to tea time. But not very often. I'm so used to only eating twice a day now that if I eat more than twice a day, I don't like it. And actually, when you slip up and eat something you shouldn't eat, it makes you more motivated because you regret it and you think, why did I do that? Yeah, your body gives you a signal straight away. I didn't like that. Usually the next day. So then you go back to being even more motivated, having even more willpower. And you do need willpower at first with this diet. It's tough at first, I would say, because you're trying to go, I'm now only eating about 7 or 8 different things from eating hundreds of things, all different kinds of things. And I feel so sorry for the British public, the world's public, because wherever we go, it's all in our faces. Pizzas and ice creams in our faces, chocolates, cakes, really colourful, beautiful pictures wherever we go. And then I walk into supermarkets and I see all the very unwell people that are younger than me. They're overweight, they look sad, their skin is pale, their skin is all wrinkly, and they're only in their 40s. And I'm like, I look at these people and I think, do you even know the harm you're doing to yourself? Do you even know the damage you're doing to yourself? These people, they think that they're unwell because of their age or because they've worked hard through their lives. Nah, they're unwell because they're sticking crap in their mouth. And they could completely turn their whole life around and become slim and young looking, even at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, if they just change what goes in here. But you try and tell a normal person that they could completely save themselves, save their own life, if they just change what they eat. They won't believe you. You'll annoy them. Oh, you just eat meat, do you? That's a bit weird. Oh, cholesterol's good for you? Nah, we all know cholesterol's bad for us. Oh, you eat fat? Fat is disgusting. It's bad for you. People are oblivious. They are grown up right from the school years listening to the pyramid diet. And you look at the pyramid diet, the thing you should eat the least is meat and eggs. That is so wrong. That pyramid should be turned upside down. And all the way through it, it will have carbs, it will have pasta, it'll have rice, it'll have fruits and veg. It'll even have sandwiches, brown breads, white breads, different kinds of rolls, wraps. It's ridiculous, guys. It's all bad for you. None of it is good for you. It's going to make you ill and die young. Ultimately, this diet makes you live longer. The carnivore diet. You want to live 20 more years, guys? Do the carnivore diet. Go on the keto diet. It's that simple. Yeah? Right. I feel sad when I see 13 to 16-year-olds that are 15 stones and climbing can't fully blame the parents as they have been fooled, providing food for the convenience of opposed to nutrition. You're right. Look, I'm still having these problems with my wife and with my kids. So I'm there trying to tell them, look, you do know that's bad for you. So they'll eat a massive cake, or actually usually it'll be like a giant pizza with a load of chips, followed by a chocolate bar and maybe even a dessert. And I'm like, do you know that you've literally just filled your body with crap that is going to harm you? And they're like, no, it tastes really nice. It's really good. My wife will be like, oh no, you eat too much meat. It's not right that you eat lots of meat and eggs. You should have a balanced diet. You should be eating a bit of meat, a bit of eggs, a bit of pasta, a bit of bread, a bit of vegetables, a bit of fruit. And I'm like, yeah, and I'll be fat and over full, and I would have eaten 10 times in a day. Oh, you should be snacking between meals because that's how you keep your energy up. No, you keep your energy up by eating the right foods and having decent gaps between your meals. We should be in ketosis. We should be living off the fat in our body, not building up fat and storing more fat in our body. And people wonder why their blood sugar levels are so high, because they're constantly eating all the time. And yes, some people can eat all the time, still be thin, can't they? You always meet the people. My wife's very thin, but I tell you now, you see what she eats on Friday and Saturday night, because they're her eating nights, and she eats like a pig, mate, and she is still slim. And I keep saying to her, I know you look slim, you look healthy, but the insides of your body must be crying out with, please give me the correct foods. So I'm no expert. I'm not a nutritionist, not a doctor. I'm not an expert on diet. And all I know is what I've learned on carnivore diet and on keto by listening to Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Anthony Shaffe, Dr. Sean Baker, and other doctors, and listening to other carnivore diet and keto diet experts. And that's how I've learned about this diet. And obviously, I am a success story. So I know it works. I know it. I've done it. I'm doing it. I'm doing the fasting. I'm eating the way we were ancestrally intended to eat. It's working, guys. It's working. I'm going to be 57 on July the 10th. Okay. Well, come on. That means I'm more or less 60. I am going to be 60 soon. I bet you. My wife is 41. I bet you when I'm 60, I look younger than my wife. That ain't right. How is that right? I walk around the supermarkets and I see these people in their late 30s, 40s, and 50s, and I look younger than they do. Why? I'm nearly 60. Why am I looking younger than people in their 40s? Why? That isn't right. Yeah? It's so simple. The reason why is very simple. It's because I'm eating properly, giving my body the correct food. It's that simple. I'm going to end this live now, but I keep repeating. We are unwell because of the foods we are putting here, in the mouth. That's it. Change this, change your life. And do you know what? When I lost my weight, because it does make your muscles get bigger when you eat carnivore and keto, my beautiful wife had a different look in her eyes. She fancied me a little bit more. The guy that had a big fat belly that looked fed up and was down on life, she didn't fancy him anymore. We've been together 18 years. She's lost her spark. She's lost the spark in her eyes. Now, when I see my wife, she's got the spark back. She likes me again. Maybe she even fancies me again. Why? Because I stopped sticking bread and chocolate and pizzas in this mouth, potatoes. Yeah? It's funny, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Oh, your wife fancies you because you started eating meat. Come on. Yes, that is true. That's the fact. So, anyway, guys, if you've come across my channel or this live and you don't know about the carnivore diet or keto, please look it up. I recommend you just try it for a week, 1 week. See if your energy levels go up. See if it makes you feel any different. You may even drop a few pounds. If you want to drop a good amount of weight, in 2 weeks, I lost 1.5 stone. So I went from 12.5 stone to just under 11 stone in 2 weeks. So you can lose weight fast. But this carnivore thing and keto thing isn't just about losing weight, even though I highly recommend it to lose weight. And another thing, these calorie deficit diets do not work. Starving yourself to lose weight doesn't work, because yes, you will lose weight, but you will be extremely hungry, like super hungry. You've got to have a massive amount of willpower to lose weight on a calorie deficit diet. basically starving yourself. And the thing about calorie deficit diets is 6 months later, you put it all on, you put on even more weight. How many people do you know that lost weight by starving themselves, you know, like these slimmer type diets, and then 6 months later, you see them, they're bigger? Have you ever met anyone that lost weight on a calorie deficit diet that actually stuck to it for the whole of their lives for years and years and have stayed slim for 5, 10 years? I doubt it. I doubt it. And if you have, it will be rare. So all these different diets that people are trying, they're just fads. They don't work, guys. They don't work. And all these products in the supermarkets, lightweight this, and diet this, and low calorie this, and anything with all the fat removed, it's rubbish. Don't listen to it. Don't buy it. It's gimmicks and they don't work. Anyway, guys, happy 1 year to me for being on the carnivore diet with a little bit of keto. And I'm going to be blah, blah, blah. I'm going to carry on doing posts every month on my journey, but I will do weekly videos as well. And if any of you want any advice, please just message me. I want to help. I'm here to help. I'm not making money. This isn't a money channel. I'm just doing it because I cannot believe the success I've had, and I want to share it. I want to share it, guys. And anyone ask me any questions about it, I'm happy to answer the questions. I do appreciate you guys. So thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I'm really glad you're on here with me. Most of my lives tend to get watched the day after and over the next few weeks. So appreciate it. From Western Supermare to Morecambe, all the best. Have a great day. I'll give you a wave as I go. All the best.